Hey, Grok, can you take me to World Gym?
Sure. The closest World Gym is at 300 Lakeshore Drive in North Bay, about 13 kilometers away, and open till 11 tonight. Want
Y-
me to navigate there?
yes, please.
Navigating to World Gym North Bay at 300 Lakeshore Drive. It's 20 kilometers away, about 20 minutes, arriving around 1 p.m.
All right, so off we go. So as you can see, this is a winter wonderland over here. So the driveway here, there's no driveway. It's just snow. It's a snow-covered driveway with no actual markings or anything like that. But the car is able to navigate to the entrance where the driveway is with just vision only, and it's basically all it's seeing is white. All right. So welcome back to Northern Tesla. Today we are doing this crazy winter drive. Um, Unfortunately, I don't have the upper camera because it is so cold. My suction cup will not stick to it. It is currently minus 15 Celsius. So I don't know. Let's ask Grok. What's minus 15 Celsius in Fahrenheit?
Minus 15 Celsius is 5 Fahrenheit. Crazy cold out there. Stay warm.
Okay, so yeah, welcome back to Northern Tesla. So we are in the north. We're in North Bay. Obviously, it's been snowing quite a bit. We have the snowplow just came out not too long ago. Just as I was getting in the car, I saw it go by. So this is a bit of a plowed road, not the greatest. We are in hurry mode right now. I'm going to turn it down just a standard, just to be a little more safer, because speed limit is 50. We're going 59. So we are on FSD 12 point, no, sorry, 14.2.2. That's it. I'm only on point two. There is a point one out there. I'm not on that. I'm on the original 14.2.2. So now that we have that out of the way, we are going to go on a bit of a drive. It's about 19 minutes, and we're going to see how this car handles in the snow. So far, so good. Like you saw in the driveway, I was really impressed with the driveway because the one thing I've noticed with FSD is that if it's in a parking lot, so notice it's kind of doing this waving thing around. So all good there. The one thing I've noticed with FSD is in parking lots, especially when there's snow covered, it doesn't know where anything is because it can't tell the difference between like if there's a curb, if there is a whatever. And for it to navigate that driveway and not go into like the not plowed area, because that driveway is actually all flat. It's not paved, but it's just a gravel driveway. And the entire area is gravel. However, during the winter, obviously only that one specific area is plowed. So good for the car to recognize that and to drive properly in that area. So, so we're getting some issues with the. I'm gonna bring it down to chill because this is our standard. Why was it in hurry? I thought I was in standard. Okay, so we're in standard mode. So I'm glad the windshield wipers cleared that up. So I did originally get some wording that the camera visibility was bad, but that's gone away. I am still getting FSD is degraded. I'm going to bring it down to chill because I find even this is a little quick for my liking. So this is kind of the worst roads I've been with on FSD right now. So I am obviously holding the wheel kind of a little closer than I would normally because I'm not trusting it all that much right now, especially with these roads. And I don't have the best tires on right now. So I'm liking how it's kind of in the tire grooves. just a little bit. I'm not noticing any sort of uh, losing traction or anything like that, so I'm happy with that. It is a bit to the. I'd like to see it just a couple inches more to the left to be fully into that groove here. So, yeah, unfortunately, I couldn't get the roof camera going because it's too cold. The suction cup wouldn't allow me to, but hopefully you are getting a good view of how much is snowing out there. So the visibility is pretty good considering. But overall, I'm really impressed with how capable it is with driving with no sort of lane markings or anything like that. And that's a big difference between FSD and all these other brands is that, I'm up here for the holidays and everyone's asking me, oh, is Tesla like, can other cars do this? I'm like, no, because every other car manufacturer who has some sort of autopilot like GM Super Cruise or Ford's Blue Cruise, they're all reliant on one LiDAR and two map data. And they can only go on certain highways that have already been mapped by the brand, that have already been not geo. Well, I guess it's geofence, but they've done lidar proving, so it's very limited to where you can use it. Whereas, like no other no other brand will be able to drive in these conditions. So let's go see what the cameras are seeing. So my rear cameras, yeah, you can kind of still see a bit of it. Side cameras are pretty good. I've never issues with the repeaters or the pillar cameras getting obstructed. I do notice that there is a heater on the pillar camera because when I was out coming to the car just now, there's a wide circle around the camera that did not have any ice or anything no buildup on it whatsoever. So they do obviously have heaters, and there is no need for a wiper because, as you can see, they're clear as day. Let's go up to the front camera. It's actually good. Yeah, there's no buildup on the bumper cam. Now I noticed, if you notice, there's a washer fluid button. You cannot turn it on while in FSD. If I were to turn off FSD right now, you'd be able to activate it. And I think this is why not too sure what if the front bumper cam is being used for FSD, because this is like there's two thoughts to it. Because one of my earlier drives, I don't know if I got on if it was part of a video I was just testing, but the front bumper cam was completely gone. Like it was fully covered. You couldn't see a thing out of it. So it lets me think like, okay, they're obviously not using it. It's just for parking, and they're not using it for general road when you're out driving on the road. But then this issue with the washer fluid, because the big thing with washer fluid is if you are an FSD and you were to manually activate the washer fluid, you'll probably get the red hands and get kicked off FSD because it's completely blinded. And I guess because the system's not expecting it, even though I'm pressing the button, it should know it's coming. But I've gone that a few times where I've triggered the washer fluid and been kicked out of FSD because all of a sudden it was blinded. But when the car does it itself, there's no issues. So then maybe that's why we're not allowed to do the washer fluid while in FSD. But FSD is not cleaning this on its own. So I have a couple questions with that. Like, is the front bumper cam being used at all during uh, road driving? Is it only for parking, or is it only for benefit of the user? It can't be for the benefit of the user, because I think it's got to be for parking, and they're not using it for road data. And why is it when I'm turning on the wiper or washer fluid, do I get kicked off FSD? That's just weird to me. All right, it's coming up to a red light. So making a cautious right turn. So I got this update before I came up here. So on a few days ago, I did a drive. I wanted to get on video, but my camera wasn't really doing it properly. So when I head back down south, I will get that video going for you, because I figured out what was wrong with it. But I was on the new update, which is 14.2.2. And one of the biggest improvements of this update is the lane changes. And throughout that drive, I was driving in, highway of Toronto, near Toronto, and there was no issues with, it was kind of heavy traffic at that time, and there was no issues with any sort of lane changes. It was confident. It didn't hesitate. When it made the lane change, it did it. And I even kind of forced it, because some updates ago, I'm not too sure if it was on the 14 branch or previously on 13, I would put the turn signal on, and it just wouldn't go. I'd have to manually take over, because it just refused to do a turn signal, or refused to change lanes as I wanted to. And I did that on purpose to see if it either fixed that. And I wanted to make a lane change while there was like kind of in between two cars that was kind of closely together, to kind of force it to make that, a typical lane change where you would previously see hesitation. And it was fine. It completely did it. There's no problem at all. So unfortunately, in this highway drive, I'm not going to be doing any sort of lane changes due to the conditions. This is a 2-lane highway. But it's good to see that this update's definitely a good improvement. So when I get back down south, I will have that video for you guys of the entire drive. Hopefully, that's the plan. So in previous updates of FSD, mostly like with 13 or 12, because I guess I never had 13, because I went straight from a AI3 car to an AI4, and I never got 13. But with 12, especially with an AI3 car, when you have markings, road conditions like this, with basically your lane is, uncovered, but there's white snow on either side, the car would have a hard time distinguishing the white line versus the white snow. And if that snow on the right side crept into the lane, the car would assume that was the white line of the lane, and move accordingly, which was not good. So they've definitely improved that. So we're going to drive on the highway for a little bit longer here, and then we're going to do it into a little more residential, urban environment. When I say urban, I mean like this is up north, small town, so that kind of environment. But we are in North Bay, so this is far up north. It's about 3 hours north of Toronto. If you guys don't know where Toronto is, you're just going to have to Google it. But we're 3 hours straight north from there. Like I said, it's minus 15. It is quite cold. And the charging has been quite atrocious here. It's very hard to charge the car here. But I love driving my Tesla, because last night I went to my car and it was minus 13 inside the car, and it took 4 minutes to warm up to 19 degrees inside. And of course, I haven't really had to clear off the snow, because it just warms up and melts right off. All right, so we are in chill mode, and I've noticed we're going 55 and a 60. And I'm just, to me, standard should be, if you're in standard mode, that should be the speed limit. And this is what I feel like, standard mode should be driving 55 and a 60 based on these conditions. And I feel chill should be even less than that. Well, I don't know. Because most people don't drive under the speed limit. So I don't know. Maybe chill should be where it's at. Maybe you're right. What do you guys think? So little issues here. So actually what we're doing, so this car, the truck beside us on our left, looks like it's going to be making a left turn, but there's no signal. But there is a left, I know this from the area, there is a left hand or left turn lane that it's in, but it didn't signal. And the car wouldn't know that this lane is a left turn lane. Because obviously there's snow on the ground and it didn't see the signs. But it knew to read this. Actually, that car did not make a left turn. The truck did not make a left turn. So interesting there. So now we are going 50 and a 60. And obviously this part of the road is a lot more snow covered than before the light. So I'm glad to see the car is adjusting a bit, driving a bit slower. And the speed limit is increased. I didn't see the sign, but the speed limit just increased to 70. I didn't know if there was a sign there. And now we're going kind of 60. So I'm pretty glad with this type of like style of driving that it's like the car's doing right now, because obviously these roads are really atrocious, and we have an 18-wheeler in front of us. Okay, we're going to be making a left turn here. Nice stop sign. The traffic coming from our left has the right of way. So we have a truck making a left turn there, so it's going to proceed. So I'm going to bring up the standard, see what we got for our speed limit, or see what we got with the speed increase. So we're on standard mode now. The speed limit is still 70. I'm gonna really work on not saying as much, because I noticed in rewatching the videos, I say quite a bit. So for our speed is not going higher than around 50 or so. Again, these roads are pretty not, they don't feel slick, but they're definitely covered in snow. Picking up speed a little bit. We don't have cars in front, so maybe the car feels a little more confident going at a faster speed. So we're now picking up to around 56. Looks like it's going to stay there. We should have about 5 minutes left in the drive, and we're going to be parking in a mall, and it's Boxing Day, so I can just imagine what kind of craziness that's going to be. So let's see how well the car parks in the mall with the snow covered. Everything's snow covered. All right, making a right turn. So very cautious and slow, and we are in standard mode. Now this road is even worse than the other ones, completely covered. And speed limit 60, and we're going 50. But I can feel the smoothness in the car. Like there's no kind of hesitation or uh, everything is good. Traction's good. A lot of blowing snow. But the car seems really confident. And that's the best part. Like I'm not nervous. As you can see, I'm kind of like my hands are a little bit off the wheel because I feel that confident with the car. Like it hasn't shown any sort of signs of it not being able to handle this. So we're more into the residential area. So the speed limit is now 50, and car dropped to about 55. So this is really good. So there's a new update out, which is a bug update. And I'm not too sure what's going on with that because it came very, very quickly after the original release of 14.2.2. But then I've seen a few updates gone a little bit wider with the point 1 release, but I'm wondering why anyone else got 2.2. Because if it was because it came so quickly after, I assume it was a pretty big bug that they've realized and fixed quickly. But then point 2.2 kept rolling out. So obviously it wasn't that big of an issue. So we'll see if this car gets the point 1 update or just moves on to the next update after that. I'm really hoping they go off the, you know, 3 dots. I hope they just go back to, next one is going to be point 2, point 3, because these additional, I guess it's not a prefix, it's a suffix. Is it a suffix? I don't know. But it's a mouthful. All right, some more residential driving now. And again, these streets were probably plowed at some point within the last few hours, but they are still very snow covered. We have a school crossing sign that's flashing. What day is it today? It's Friday. I guess that makes sense because the kids should be in school. So, but the car really didn't respond to it or change its behavior. So we're coming up to another right turn. Let's check on these cameras one more time. So that's the rear camera. You are not seeing anything. So I don't think we're going to be backing up to our parking space. And how do you get the front? And front's still pretty clear. But that back camera. So let's see if they're able to. I doubt that the car will back into a spot, knowing that. And out of all the cameras, that back camera is the one that constantly gets so dirty. So I wish they should definitely add like a washer fluid on that one specifically. Because if the car had to reverse in any sort of manner right now, I don't think it'd be able to do it. That turn felt a little fast to me, but handled it okay. Oh, we're here. Okay, so we're going to be turning into the mall. So we're going to see what it does for parking spaces here. It's going to be crazy. So as it looks for parking spots, I'm just going to say my little spiel here. So definitely thanks for watching. I would like to get the roof cam up in my next video, hopefully, but it's just so cold I wasn't able to do it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this view, as limited as it was. And if you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, and also don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you get notified when I release videos. It's going to back up. It's legit going to go back up. So yeah, it can't. Okay, so it tried to back up and obviously couldn't. So we're just going to park ourselves, and we are next to the cart corral, which I love. All right, so as we predicted, I knew it wasn't going to be able to do it, so I'm surprised it actually tried to park backwards, which was crazy. So that's it. Like I said, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know those videos, which I release right now pretty frequently based on these updates. And I love doing these winter driving FSD tests, because this is what is, if you can solve this kind of driving, you're basically going to solve autonomous driving, basically. So yeah, doing a lot of these tests. So be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss videos. Anyways, thanks again for watching. We'll catch you next time.